China has unveiled a mystery about the far side of the moon and the lunar surface there, and it may lead to an extreme conclusion. Exploring the surface of the moon should probably be one of the most important goals if humanity really wants to reach the stars and colonize where humans have never been. If you really want to colonize the solar system, creating viable colonies on the lunar surface will be one of the greatest achievements in human history. It will turn out into a center that will allow our culture to travel beyond Mars, into the solar system, and maybe one day even beyond. This was understood by the Chinese, while Russia and the United States are discussing who has the largest arsenal. This is why the National Space Administration of China, CNSA, according to space.com, is trying to investigate the moon. Thanks to the historic Chang 4 mission, humanity is exploring the surface of the invisible, the far side of the moon, or dark side of the moon, constantly making new discoveries. In addition to the lander, there is also a tiny rover, the U-22, or Jade Rabbit, located within a 180-kilometer wide von Karman crater in the southern hemisphere, the moon's south pole. The crater is located inside a very large crater named by scientists as the South Pole Eichten Basin, and has a diameter of about 2,500 kilometers and a very deep depth of 13 kilometers. That's about 7-8 miles. So far, a treasure trove of unprecedented data has been amassed, and a new lunar mystery has recently been revealed. Surprisingly, the Chang 4's mission found that nighttime temperatures on the invisible, the far side of the moon, were much colder than previously thought. This leads to something deeper that concerns scientists. As revealed by China's CNSA, temperatures on the lunar surface were minus 190 degrees Celsius, or that's minus 310 degrees Fahrenheit, during the first lunar night of the mission. And according to Life Science, Dr. Zhang told CSNA in Xinhua, this is probably due to the difference in the composition of the lunar soil between the two sides of the moon. In other words, the far side of the moon has a different soil than the side we can see. This means that there is something on the ground on the far side of the moon that causes the lunar landscape to retain less heat at night. If this hypothesis is true, perhaps it's not so unfair for conspiracy theories to claim years ago that the surface of the Earth is paved by intelligent beings in such a way as to cover the real surface below, which is essentially the fuselage of an artificially constructed spaceship that looks like a celestial body. The different composition of the soils on both sides of the moon is an advanced construction that serves the unknown to us purposes of the builders of the moon. Can such a thing be true? We're currently waiting for new data. So this is what China found concerning the lunar surface of the far side. It's much colder than the near side, and that's not what they expected, which means that there's something in that lunar surface that makes that area colder. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. I've translated this for you from a Greek article based on Life Science. Thank you. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.